Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Savannah, and in today's video I'm going to be testing out some new makeup products that I got over the weekend. I am so freaking excited to use them. I've got technically two different foundations here, and then I have an eyeshadow palette from Colourpop, a Tarte chrome paint, and I have been wanting one of those for literally ever, a little Urban Decay glitter liner, and just like a few other good goodies. So I'm really excited to test these out for you guys. And I'm gonna make a disclaimer really quickly. I know it looks like I'm a 5-year-old that has never blown their nose. I did not get in a fight. I have been blowing my nose actually a little bit too much because I was sick last week with the flu, and that is why I was not able to upload. So I'm super excited to film today though, because it's been so long since I feel like I filmed. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these products. Okay, I just zoomed you in a tiny bit. Hold on, I need my mirror. I have my little mirror now, so we're all good. But I'm going to start off with my skin, I think, today, and I'm going to be trying out the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I have seen Tati use this primer so many times, and she absolutely loves it. I really like the Tatcha Silk Canvas. That is like my freaking favorite primer in the entire world. So I'm just gonna take like a tiny bit because I feel like you're probably not gonna need very much of this, and I'm just gonna kind of smooth this kind of like in my pore area where I have the most pores. Okay, maybe I need a tiny bit more than that because I did not take very much, but I'm just gonna rub this because I have a lot of enlarged pores like in between my eyebrows and then right here by my nose as well. So I'm just going to apply this all over and just kind of smooth it out. And it feels really nice and velvety. It has like not much of a slip to it, but like a tiny bit. So, but it feels really nice. And let me see how my pores look. Oh my lord, they look so smooth. Holy crap, they really do. I haven't used any of these products yet. I've just had them sitting here waiting to review for you guys, but this looks super nice. My skin feels nice and smooth. It feels fairly matte as well, but not like a chalky, like dry matte. It feels like nice and moisturized, but like my skin feels nice and smooth and even as well. So yeah, that is that for the primer. And then technically I have these two foundations, and I don't think that I don't know if they're gonna match me or not. Pretty much I have a little bit of self-tan on, and that's why my face does not match my body, is because I've washed my face several times and all that kind of stuff. But I have the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation, and also the NARS what's it called, All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. So I have these two to try, and I guess whichever one is going to match me the best is probably what I'm going to use. But I feel like this Smashbox one looks so like the most similar to my chest. I did wear this one the other day when my fake tan was like the really fresh, and it looked really pretty. So I do like this one. I've only worn it one time though, but so far I seem to like it pretty good. But I think I'm going to try the Smashbox one. So I'm going to kind of, okay, I need a hand to do this, so I'm gonna squirt some out on my finger. And from what I've heard, that you do not need a ton of this foundation. Okay, this color looks pretty good for the most part. It might be a tiny bit off, but like once we apply powder and everything like that, I think it'll be okay. So this looks like a fair amount of product. This is like probably a normal amount that I would apply. And let me see here. I'm going to okay, so I'm just gonna start like buffing this in to the skin. I'm gonna try a brush for now because I either have been using like a beauty sponge, like the e.l.f. What's it called? It's like the Total Face Sponge. I really like that sponge a lot. I feel like it is really good for the price, and that just blended out like no body's business. Oh my gosh, this is such full coverage. Dang, I'm like barely, oh my gosh, I'm like not having to work very hard to get the coverage or the blend, which is really nice. I feel like it looks like patchy right there. Why does it look patchy on camera? That's weird. But this side. But this is actually a perfect match with my self-tan right now. It might not look like the best match in camera, but it looks really, really good in person. So I'm just gonna blend the rest of this out. And it is blending fairly well over my nose. Again, I do not expect that to have the best coverage because my nose is like so temperamental right now with this like scar that I have going on right now. But I will apply a tiny bit of concealer on top of it as well, just to help with the coverage and whatnot. So yeah, but this is literally looking, it's so pretty, and it looks like nice and matte and diffused. And if I look like up close, look at my pore area, there's like no pores at all, nothing. It's looking really, really nice and even overall. Holy crap, it literally looks like I've applied like powder. And I have not, obviously. I've just applied my foundation. So this looks really, really good so far. And the color looks really, really crazy right now on camera. But I promise once I apply everything else, it'll look good. But it literally looks so fine on... Why does it look like that on camera? What the heck? It literally looks fine in person. Like, it matches my neck and everything perfectly. That's so weird. Why do I look so green? What the heck? I look green in camera. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to concealer because the foundation looks pretty good, but it just looks a little weird right now. I'm gonna do a little bit of cream contour as well, just because y'all know that's like my favorite thing to do. And I am gonna use, hold on, let me get my little brush. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. This is not a new product. I just did not, I don't have a full face of first impressions. I should have probably made that clear in my intro. But these are just like a few things that I picked up for like a little birthday present because my birthday is coming up. It is on Sunday on the 23rd of February, and I am so freaking excited. I'm going to be 21 years old, and that sounds so scary because I've been... Like, I feel like everybody looks forward to their 21st birthday, and that just sounds like a big year, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like, you're 21, like, that's, like, either, like, 18 or 21 is, like such big birthdays, and I feel like I've passed 18 already, so I feel like the next big one is 21, and I am 4 days away, or 3 days away from it, and that is just, a little bit terrifying, because within, like, 5 years I'm gonna be done with college, and I mean I'm gonna be done with college in like a year, so I mean that's not even that far away, but that's just so crazy to think about because I remember being like 13 and being like, oh my gosh, imagine being 20 years old, and it's like, sis, I'm about to be 21, like it's a little scary. Now that I have my cream contour on, I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape. I do not, again, have a new concealer to try out, so this and the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, both of those are like the perfect go-tos for me. I love those concealers both so much, and I feel like this color is going to help make everything look a little less crazy with my foundation and will make everything blend in because it still looks like a tiny bit crazy. So I'm just going to be blending this out with my little e.l.f. beauty sponge, and then with setting my under eyes I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star loose setting powder in the shade Fair. And then for my face, this might not match my under eyes, or this might not be like a highlighting shade for my under eyes, but I might just use it on my face. But today, this is a new product. It is the I Love Revolution Peach Setting Powder, using the Makeup Revolution one to set my face. And I will show you guys that as soon as I blend out my concealer. I have just set my under eyes with the Jeffree Star setting powder, and now I'm going to use, don't worry, I know I have like a white cast, but it's because I'm baking underneath my eyes. So I'm going to take this I Love Revolution Peach Setting Powder, and it does come with like a little powder puff, so I kind of want to use that, maybe, I guess. That would be the most effective thing to use. So I'm just going to like use this. Oh, it does smell like peach. It's like a very faint peach smell though. It's not like a super intense like, oh no, I just got powder all over my face. Oh god. But it's like a very faint peach smell, but it smells really good too. And don't worry, I am going to I can't talk. I'm going to be applying a like setting spray to help. Oh my god, this looks like insane right here. This looks like gray because I applied that powder over the top. So hopefully once I like apply setting spray and whatnot, that kind of goes away. And hopefully it's just like a little bit of a cast just because I have a lot of powder on my face right now. That's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, I'm going to like blend this out like a tiny bit. I feel like I have a lot of powder on my face at the moment, so, and maybe that'll help it kind of set in a tiny bit. And then I am also going to apply just like a few little bits of the MAC Fix Plus. So I'm going to spray this just a tiny bit just to kind of help soak in the powders and everything. So once I applied that setting spray, it did calm down, and like my skin looks so smooth right now just because I did like settle the powders down and everything like that. But my skin looks so smooth and so pretty. Like it looks really, really good. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and apply my brows off camera really, really quick, and then I'll be right back and we can go ahead and get on to the rest of the face. I did my brows off camera and I also applied my eye primer. I used the, what's it called? The Anastasia Eye Primer, and I really, really love that. And for the palette today, I'm so excited. This is a Colourpop eyeshadow palette, and it's the shade Nude, or the color name palette, whatever, Nude Mood. And look how beautiful. Oh my gosh, it is so freaking pretty. It's got like some pretty like warm matte shades and also some really pretty shimmers. So I'm really, really excited about using this. So I haven't used a Colourpop shadow in a pretty good little bit, so I'm gonna be using that today. And I think to start off, I'm gonna use a combo of these two matte shades. It's Au Naturel and Mugged Off. So I'm going to be using these two, and I have like a different technique, or not a different technique, but I've been really liking over the past like few months of like kind of like patting on the outer corner shade, and then just like pat it in kind of, and then start like buffing it up slowly but surely. So I like to kind of keep it more concentrated on the outer corner right here, and then once I start slowly blending up, I just make sure that I don't have as much pigment on the brush. And I'm still in the process of packing this color on, so I like to get like a nice like shape on the outer corner right here, and slowly but surely start to blend it slightly inwards and upwards. So I do have hooded eyes, so it is a little bit harder for me, and I've had to learn like a few different tips and tricks, and taking your eyeshadow a little bit higher always tends to help. It just kind of like makes your eye look stand out a little bit more, and plus you can see it, because if you keep your eyeshadow super, super low, you're not going to be able to see it whenever you actually open up your eye and your eye's sitting like it naturally would. So you can sit here and like close your eye all day long, but if you can't see it whenever your eye's open, then you're just wasting your time with your eyeshadow, because you're not going to be able to see it. So taking everything a little bit higher does help, and it looks really crazy at first, but once you like get everything applied and whatnot, it looks really, really good. And I've been doing that a lot lately with this kind of layering technique, where you just kind of like pat it and then you start to slowly but surely build up. That tends to really, really help me a lot. And I do like a combination of like circular motions, like little small circular motions, and like big windshield wiper motions. So I feel like the like tiny like circular motions like helps with more of a detail blend, and then like the windshield wiper kind of helps to just kind of make sure that everything is like an overall blend and it looks nice and seamless. Then once I have this shade applied, I'm gonna go in a tiny bit with let's see here, I'm gonna do Bare to Wear, I think that's what it's called, and I'm gonna take a tiny bit of that, and I'm gonna take that on the edge where I've blended this color out, just to make sure that it is nice and seamless as well. And I don't want to like blend this on my eyebrow, obviously, so I'm like starting at the darkest part and then blending it up and making sure that it is nice and diffused. I did do a lot of blending as you can see with the brush beforehand, but I'm just going back through and making sure that it is looking as seamless as it can. And that is that. And then I'm going to take, what am I going to take? I think I'm going to do a powder liner. What is this going to focus? This is like not focusing. I'm going to take the powder. I'm going to do like a powder liner with this. I cannot get my words out today. And I'm going to use a combination of the Cocoa and Moody, which is the two darker ones. And I should probably apply my shimmer first and then do that. Yeah. So I'm going to take a mixture of Put On Airs and Wink Wink, these two middle ones. As you can tell, I like mixing colors quite a bit. So I'm going to start off with Put On Airs, which is the very middle shade. Holy crap, that is so freaking pigmented. Oh my word. Look at that. It is like a super metallic, like kind of glitter. I'm now going to take the darkest two matte shades, and I'm going to do a powder liner with these two. And I'm not going to do like a winged out shape. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. I'm just like slightly angling out. Okay, there's a lot of fallout with the dark shades. I am going to say that right now because I have a ton of fallout on my cheeks right now. That doesn't, I don't know. I have mixed opinions about that. I don't hate fallout, but as long as like I have a set face and everything, and as long as I'm getting a good amount of product on my eye and like it's not just flaking off, I don't really care. But if there's more product on my cheeks than there is on my eyes from the fallout, then I don't really like that very much. But that's not really doing that because I'm still getting a good little payoff as well on the top. So that is what it looks like so far. The lower lash line, I think I'm just going to take Au Naturel, which is like the more neutral brown between the two that I first used. And I'm just going to take this on a brush and just smudge this on the lower lash line, just because I feel like it looks a little bit weird on me if I apply shadow on the top and not on the bottom. I just feel like it doesn't like come together fully on my eyes. I feel like it just looks a lot like more together, if that makes any sense. And I completely forgot, I just applied my mascara to my top lashes because I like to wait and apply my lower lash mascara until I have applied setting spray at the very end. But I am going to apply some of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. I have been wanting this for so freaking long, and this is like one of the new products that I haven't tried out. So I'm just going to kind of pat some of this on my eye really quick. Okay, so I just went ahead and applied some bronzer quickly off camera. I'm kind of in the middle of applying it as well. I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I have used so much of this. I have had this bronzer for what seems like honestly forever, and it always blends really, really nicely. And yeah, I really, really like the color and everything. And I also went ahead and contoured my nose as well. I feel like I am looking a little one-dimensional, so I like to use this whenever I feel like not everything's kind of working together yet. So I'm going to use a little bit of the KKW brightening powder in shade 1, and I am just going to apply some of this with my little sponge and just kind of like reinforce some of the areas that I highlighted in, because I feel like I look very flat right now and like I don't have much dimension to my face, and like I feel like my concealer is not as bright. This is definitely helping because I like to apply it underneath my eyes, and that's definitely helping. Yeah, like there's definitely a difference from whenever I just applied that. And I'm also going to quickly apply a little bit of blush. This is not new. This is the Kylie blush that I used in my Tarte, in my Tarte review. This is the shade Baddie on the Block. I'm gonna give it to her. I don't like Kylie Cosmetics that much. I just feel like she doesn't really put that much effort into her stuff, and it's basically just for money at this point. Like, it's another way to make her a billionaire. Sorry, I'm popping off a little bit. But this blush formula is really, really nice, and it is super, super pretty. I really, really like this color, and I've honestly thought about purchasing maybe a couple more shades later on, but I really, really like it, and I have dragged her stuff for a hot minute because I don't feel like, again, like she puts a lot of time and effort into her stuff, and she just kind of does whatever. And like puts out whatever, but I really like this formula, and it has a nice amount of pigment to it. It's not too pigmented. I know it looks like a lot on camera, but I promise it will fade very shortly. This is a really exciting product for me. So I have seen this on what seems like everybody's channel at some point. This is the Tarte Chrome Paint in Top Yacht. That's so hard to say. And it looks just like this. It is so freaking gorgeous. I'm just gonna like test this out as a highlighter just because I'm curious to see like what it would look like. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is a lot of highlight. Oh my goodness. And it's so gold, but it's so pretty though. I'm like buffing it out a little bit just because it is really intense, as you can see, but that is so freaking pretty. Oh my gosh, like I barely tapped in here and I am like buffing it out as much as I can. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty though. Oh my gosh, I love that. And then lastly, for my inner corner, I'm gonna do a little bit of an inner corner highlight. Of course, this is my freaking favorite. This is what I talked about earlier. This is the Colourpop highlighter in Flexitarian. Mine is broken or else I would show it to you, but I literally love this highlight so freaking much. It is so beautiful. You see like how impactful that is, like, oh, and I don't apply very much because you can kind of get a little bit carried away with it, so I like to kind of like be a little bit particular with the like where I place it and like how I blend it out and whatnot. And I always like to kind of blend it in like in between my eyeshadow and whatnot. And I also like this on the brow bone as well, so I just like apply it and then I kind of like blend it out with my finger, so that way it's not like too intense, especially for a brow bone highlight. I like a brow bone highlight, but not anything that's like going to be too strong or anything like that. Okay, so that is the final look completed. I did go ahead and apply some lower lash mascara and my lips off camera. I did use the Colourpop lip liner in the shade Beeper, the L'Oreal lipstick in the shade Shining Peach, and then the by Beauty French press lip gloss in flat white. That is such a mouthful, oh my gosh, but I really like how everything turned out. I think it's super pretty. I did just do mascara today. I did not feel like applying eyelashes. I'm literally in athleisure, so, or like a sweatshirt, so I just did not feel like putting on lashes. So yeah, I really hope that you guys like this video. Overall, I love every single product that I used today. I feel like they all worked super well, and I am gonna do like a little close-up for you guys. I just think my skin looks so good. Like, I love how my eyes turned out too, like with the glitter and whatnot. Like, it's so pretty. So yeah, that is pretty much it for today's video. I am going to leave a list of the products that I did use down below in the comments, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate it, and also go ahead and like this video as well. And that is pretty much it for today, and thank you guys again, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!